What's going on YouTube? I'm gonna try to give a brief explanation on red dot sights for your rifle or your pistol. So I made some circles right here. This is what a 4 MOA red dot looks like on a target 100 yards away. Right here is a 4 MOA red dot at 50 yards away. This is a 2-inch circle. The other one is a 4-inch circle. So that's the beginning. Whatever the red dot is, that's how big in inches it is at 100 yards. So 2 MOA is 2 inches 100 yards away. In these examples, the 4 is 4 inches, the 3 is 3 inches 100 yards away. At 50 yards, it's half that. So this is the 3 MOA circle at 100 yards. And this is the 3 MOA circle at 50 yards. So the closer you get, the smaller the dot is on the intended target, or the amount of area it covers on the intended target. You'll see later when I explain that further. So I went online and printed these targets off. Now, some of these targets, well, this target is only a standard sheet of paper. So you may have to put 2 or even 4 together to make sure you hit some paper at all. And I say that because, I'm by myself, I say that because the 4 MOA dot 100 yards away looks like this. You can't even see the center on a 4 MOA dot with this target 100 yards away. Now, if you put that target 50 yards away, you can get inside of that circle. You're still not in the bullseye. That's why size of your MOA matters, or the MOA size matters. Now, you go to the 3 MOA dot at 100 yards. You can't see the bullseye at all. But if you go to 50 yards, that's what the 3 MOA dot looks like. And of course, on both, if you make it brighter, it makes it even smaller or even harder to see. So even at 50 yards, you cannot see the bullseye on the target. However, that's okay. You'll see why later. So after doing that, at least you know that at 100 yards and 50 yards, you cannot see the bullseye. But if you aim at it, if you put your red dot on the bullseye with a very, very stable weapon, you will consistently hit the same time every time, same place every time. So when you're zeroing, we'll use the 50 at 50 yards because it's just easier to see and for me to hold the paper and the cardboard and the phone all at the same time. So if you zero at 50 yards with a 4 MOA dot, you may hit over here and then you'll make your adjustments. I don't know if you can see the squares with the squares on there. For this particular target, for this particular site that this target is made for, which is why I blacked it out, because I don't want you to be concerned with that. And this brand of red dot. If you hit over here, as you see the squares, so many clicks means so much distance. At 50 yards, normally each click is a ½ an inch. So if you had to use your ruler to measure from this cardboard spot to the center, normally each click is a ½ an inch in any direction, up, down, right, left. I think that's right. I'm looking on my phone. So it's okay. So if you get to the center and you're at 50 yards and you're 3 shots, 2 shots, whatever, however many you decide to shoot, are within this circle, and you're in the middle as this is, you are 0. I had to do this because my wife actually didn't understand when I kept saying the dot on the target gets bigger. The dot doesn't change sizes. I hope that makes sense to you. The reason why this is important, or, you know, you just want to get to the center, because I have my old trusty target here. I have my target here. So what happens when you zero it at 4 or 100 yards or even 50 yards? I'm gonna show you what the 4 MOA target or red dot looks like on a real target. So 100 meters away, 100 yards, that's what the 4 MOA dot, that's the surface area the 4 MOA dot will cover on a target 100 yards away. So you up here, that's a good shot. You know, anywhere down at the bottom, that's a good shot. At 50 yards, the 4 MOA dot looks like this. Or that's how much surface area of the target is being covered. So anywhere, you know, around here, in fact, that's good still. And just because I cut them out, I'm gonna put what the 3 MOA dot looks like 100 yards away. All those are good shots. Also, the 3 MOA dot at 50 yards on a target. That's what the dot looks like. So even if you're shooting and you you squeeze the trigger before your red dot stops or whatever, as you can see, you know, some wiggle in there, that's fine. You still made a good shot, unless you're doing a competition or something like that, and then you wouldn't be using a 3 or 4 MOA dot. You would be using something smaller. And the reason why I like using my little green buddy right here is because for me, I'm 6'2", about 260. For me, I hope I could let y'all see this. That covers me up, and I'm not a little fella. So if you can, with both of those, you can hit your intended target. Now, when you get into handguns, you know, you're more in the 3 MOA at the most, that I personally would like to use. And I got some calculations to here. At the size of the dot on the intended target at shorter distances. So for the 4 MOA dot at 25 yards, that dot is covering 1 inch of surface area on the target. The dot size don't change. the surface area of the target changes. At 12.5 yards, it's a 1/2 inch circle, just like I showed you the circles on the other dots. This is for 4 MOA. At 6 yards, that 4 MOA dot is covering 1/4 of an inch of surface area on the intended target. The 3 MOA dot at 25 yards, that dot is covering up 3/4 of an inch surface area on the intended target. At 12 yards, it's covering 1/3 of an inch surface area on the intended target. And at 6 yards, it's covering about 1/4 inch surface area on the intended target. I hope that makes sense. Y'all have a good day.